So, this video is about telling the truth. I just wanted to put a little preface to the video. I've been going out to do Uber deliveries recently just to make up some gaps in monthly bills, make up that income to live more comfortably. And I notice, as I have for a few years, that people notice me. Now, part of that is just my energy, trained in some karate, and a lot of that was about grounding yourself, being confident, developing the gaze. The gaze, where you look, is a focus of your attention. And people can feel that when you look at them, obviously. This is a common thing, especially women know it. They can feel eyes on them because, especially if you fit beauty norms, you might be turning heads. You might be having a lot of people appreciating you or wanting you in some way. Women can feel that, but anybody really can feel it. It's a deeply animal thing. The thing is, it's not actually so much about eyes and looking at someone. It's about attention. It's just that the gaze is a potent focus for a person's attention. So even if you notice someone out of the corner of your eye, even if you hear someone speak, as your attention goes on to them, there's an interaction, an exchange of information, and people can feel that. And I've been noticing people noticing me for a long time. Like I said, training in karate, I guess also doing some of the qigong and the meditation that I've been practicing for a number of years. It gives you a strong, grounded presence, which is difficult because it draws attention that you're not looking for. And people don't always know why their attention is drawn to you or where they feel your presence as you walk by or you come in the room. Some people are kind of interested and excited by it. Some people are disconcerted and intimidated. And so there's that. And I definitely get some kind of attention, largely unwanted, because of presence. But there seems to be some sort of information, maybe, most likely, with my face attached to it, that has gone out into the online world, the social media world, about me. I have no idea what it is. I can't say I have no idea. I have a number of theories, but I have never seen anything representing that. Obviously, I've got a YouTube channel. I'm posting these videos, but I have barely over 20 subscribers. I don't really get many views. So this is somebody else, or maybe multiple people, that have referenced me in some way and put me out there in some way. Some people, I can hear them as I walk by sometimes, even sometimes riding by. Notice me, maybe out of the corner of their eye, and say, "Don't look at him." I've also had people, as I look at them, as a reaction, they put their head down like this. So, or turn in the opposite direction, not just kind of like to the side, but turn in the opposite direction from me. So there's some information out there, some representation of me, maybe multiple, I don't know, that is likely not very flattering or favorable, that has caused people to recognize me. I don't know these people, but they recognize me and they're trying to avoid eye contact. A lot of people are very nervous. I notice a lot of guys that are bigger than me, and they're intimidated. Maybe they aren't being honest with themselves, but they act intimidated. You can see in their body language as I look at them sometimes, especially if I hear that kind of interaction. Now, it sounds kind of paranoid, but it's been happening for 2 or 3 years. This reaction that I'm about to talk about, I don't really get much more. For the most part, people notice me and then try to pretend like they don't. But I would get people sometimes kind of noticing me. They're looking at me. I feel them looking at me. I look at them and they look away. And there's something funny. I don't know. So it makes sense that someone would have put something out there about me. Now, with this mentally ill and at least financially dangerous woman who lived in the basement a little while ago that I finally got rid of, who basically stole a year's worth of rent, told me multiple times that the neighbors had been gossiping about me. And I can be a very friendly and giving and generous and even protected person if you don't treat me badly. And if you fuck with me, then I'll stand up for myself. But generally, I always try to lead with respect and kindness. It's very important to me. It's one of my principles. But the average person is not kind these days. And the average person seems to accept this kind of thing of like, oh, it's on the internet, or, you know, something was done in public or something, so therefore you deserve to be abused. You deserve to be tortured in some sort of way. I don't know what the source of this recognition is, but it's disgusting. It's disgusting. And I've asked some people that I thought were close to me, my ex-girlfriend that I was with for like 9 or 10 years. It was last 2 or 3 years as the stuff has been happening. It was like a big point of contention. I got gaslit a lot. I know that term is overused, but whether it's this nefarious thing where someone's trying to manipulate and get something from you, or it's just people that are not brave and that are indulging in their cowardice and don't want to tell the truth because they're afraid of the repercussions, or they want to protect someone because something's embarrassing or that might be hurtful or something has happened, that's never okay. So I had to deal with the gaslighting from whatever motivation with my girlfriend. No, my ex-girlfriend, maybe she didn't know. I've dealt with it with a sibling. And maybe none of the people around me have been exposed to whatever this information or this representation of me is. But it's gross if any of them have. There's no such thing as a noble lie. I mean, if you have a child and you want to give them the magic of, the lie of Santa Claus or something, I enjoyed that when I was a kid. That's fine. They're your children. But if it's an adult, no matter the relationship, there's no reason to hide something from them, especially these days if there's some sort of, exposure that a person gets online. It's never, ever, ever, ever okay to conceal that. It's never in their favor. It's never to help them. It's always just that you don't have the balls or the bravery to tell the truth to someone that you think you care about or say you care about. So there's this gentleman who has kind of stepped out from the online world. He stands out. He's this really jacked guy. He's like, I think he self-identifies as a gym rat. He's this fit guy who advocates for positive gym culture and has actually put himself in the firing line, put himself in the way of possible backlash to try to call out people that have taken videos of others that largely maybe didn't know they were being recorded or didn't want to be recorded, in cases where, someone is filming themselves at the gym and then someone else comes into their shot in some way, and that person who's filming themselves makes some sort of derogatory or parody kind of video of that person. It's absolutely disgusting to make someone infamous like that or famous or whatever. And now luckily, this guy is calling that out. He's actually getting people kicked out from gyms for taking shitty videos just for likes and attention online. He's doing really, really good work. And I have no idea what the source of this recognition is. Why some people, somewhat regularly, seem to recognize me around Toronto and want to avoid eye contact, want to make sure that I don't speak to them or that there's no kind of interaction or something like that. And I notice fear. Now, for a little while, it seemed like there was something funny that I was part of, that people were snickering at or whatever. Again, it sounds a little paranoid, but it just happens so consistently that there's no denying it, right? Remember, gaslighting is when something is clearly true, that you can clearly observe as a person, and you speak about it, and other people try to reframe it or get you to change the subject or to stop talking about it, maybe because that serves them in some nefarious way. Or a lot of the time these days, gaslighting happens because people just don't know what to say or don't have the bravery to tell the truth. If you can tell the truth, tell it. Tell it bravely. And don't let people get taken advantage of for likes and attention. It's not ever okay to lie to someone you say you care about. Even if it's a stranger, if you're a good person, especially a good man, if you think that you're a secure, good, brave man, then you could be that person that steps out from the crowd and tells the truth and bursts whatever manipulative, abusive bubble that many people use to frame or trap others to promote themselves online. It's always gross. It's always gross. So be brave. Whether it's me, you recognize me, or anybody else that you've seen some representation of online, burst the bubble. Say something to them. Ask them about the video. Maybe even just be friendly. You can make a joke about it. You don't know if they've seen it or what their reaction to being represented without their permission online is. Like I said, it was verified that neighbors around me were gossiping because I was fighting with my girlfriend because someone heard me raise my voice or something like that. I have a couple health conditions that essentially are invisible disabilities that I struggle with. I've been dealing with like sick and dying parents for like 8 or 9 years, and this person in the basement justified not paying rent for basically a year because she had trauma that was unresolved and wanted to, I guess, punish me because I was a man that raised my voice when I was going through the hardest part of my life. So I just also want to say, Joey, brother, you're doing really good work. You're standing out from the crowd. There are very few good, brave, and honest men out there, and you are the exception. You are one of them. And I hope more of you people out there can do the right thing and be honest and say it explicitly to people. All right? Be good, be brave, and tell the truth. It should be simple, but these days it takes a bit of sacrifice.